One day, Emily's at Vickerstown Station getting ready to leave with a passenger train when an unfamiliar engine zoomed past. Trembling tracks! Who was that? She cried. That was Hugo, replied Duck. He's a rail zeppelin. And he just arrived here on Sodor a couple of days ago for the very first time, added Caitlin. Now Hugo looked like he's a very awesome engine, said Emily to himself as she left after the girls whistle blew. Hugo, she said to herself, I cannot wait to meet her tomorrow. Oh, he will be, replied Jimmy back, and once you get to know and meet him more, you'll see that he's a really great engine. Oh, I will, if I see him, that is, of course, tomorrow. That night, Emily was talking about Hugo, the rail zeppelin, to the other engines at Timot's sheds. You know, Hugo isn't just any cool engine. He's actually one of the most awesome engines ever. Toby's right, agreed Edward. Hugo is indeed a one-of-a-kind engine with a lot of things that he has that none of us do. And he's also very fast, just like Connor and Caitlin, Peter Percy. Emily was very impressed and even more excited than ever to meet and see Hugo for the very first time ever. The next day, Emily was at Vickerstown Station again with a freight train to Brenham Docks when Hugo arrived from the mainland. Hello, Emily, he said. Hello, Hugo. It's so nice to finally meet you. It's so nice to finally meet you too, Emily, replied Hugo back. All your friends told me so much about you. They did? Yep, they sure did. As Emily began looking at Hugo, she was very impressed. Hugo was long and sleek, with a propeller added at the back. The others are right, said Emily. You really are one of a kind engine, as well as very unique. This made Hugo flattered. Thank you, Emily, he said. Anyways, I gotta go. See you around, Hugo. You too, Emily. I wish I could be like Hugo, sighed Emily. A really zeppelin just like him. But being a steam engine is great too, you know, said Emily's driver. Not as great as a railway zeppelin, said Emily as she continued on her way. I want to be long and sleek, as well as going super duper fast just like Hugo, said Emily to himself. And once I do, I will not trade all of that for anything else, ever. Emily's around the docks to drop off this freight train before continuing on her way back to Tidmouth sheds. But as she got there, she couldn't believe what she was seeing. Hugo was in one of the berths next to Gordon and Thomas. Hello, Emily, he said. Hugo, what are you doing here? Percy's outside delivering the mail for the night, replied Edward. So we decided we'd let him stay with us for the night in his berth. And isn't it great to get to meet and know him, especially that he's totally one of a kind? Asked James. But Emily didn't say anything. He just remained silent as she reversed back into her spot and immediately closed her eyes and fell asleep. What's got into her? Asked Thomas. I have no idea, replied Henry. She's probably just tired, said Hugo. Like all of us. We all need a good night's sleep, as always, every night. So, let's make some shut-eye, shall we? As Emily snoozed on, an idea flew into her funnel. So the next day, she went to the steamworks to tell Victor and Kevin about changing her up to make herself look like Hugo the rail zeppelin. But Victor and Kevin weren't so sure though. Emily, I don't think we can change you up to make you look like Hugo the rail zeppelin. You're perfect just the way you are. I agree, concurred Kevin. Being a steam engine's great. Same with me being a crane, that is, of course. It sounds like you're feeling envious, Emily, said Scarlowe. Envious? What's that? Envious means that you're feeling jealous. wishing and wanting something someone else has while you don't have that thing. And the only thing you can do, added Scarloey, is be proud of yourself just for being you, the steam engine you. But Emily was uncertain and didn't really take Scarloey's words. Later on, Emily was sitting sadly on the side in a nap yard as Hugo arrived. "Hello, Emily," he said. "I was wondering on why were you acting a little bizarre last night?" "Oh, hey, Hugo. Well, it's just that I was feeling envious of you." "Envious of me?" "Yes. Ever since you and I first met back in Vickerstown the other day, I was so impressed on how you look and what you have there, and kind of wish I want to be an engine just like you, a rail zeppelin." "Well, you know, Emily," replied Hugo back, "for an engine like me, which is a rail zeppelin that is, of course, there are some things that I don't have like all other engines. Like, for example, I don't even have a coupling hook myself, so I cannot pull trucks or coaches." "I can tell," replied Emily, "because you don't even have buffers." "Exactly, so I cannot bid for shunt either." "And for you, Emily, you're lucky you have coupling hooks and buffers for you to pull coaches and trucks, especially for you to shunt things as well." Emily knew that Hugo had made a really good point. "You're right, Hugo," she admitted. "I am very lucky to have buffers and coupling hooks, unlike you, that is, of course. And it turns out that being a steam engine is actually more better." "Glad to hear that," smiled Hugo. So the next day, Emily enjoys being her steam engine self, and now she wouldn't trade it for anything else.